Hi, welcome back to Conversations with Kanyamozi. My name is Lisa Kanyamozi Raboni, and today we're talking pick-me's and patriarchy princesses. So in the last vlog we talked about conditioning, and we have to be present or aware of the fact that our conditioning can at times lead to our politics and our way of thinking and all of that. So we're talking patriarchy princesses and pick-me's. There's my favorite meme where there are a lot of birds around a tree and the birds are literally screaming out, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. And if you've seen this around, then you're probably asking yourself, what is a pick me? Or if you've been called a pick me, you're probably asking yourself, why am I being called a pick me? So I read a very detailed and informative article on Medium that you should probably check out, by Jasmine Robinson, where she broke down the whole pick me logic in ways that we all understand it as. The definition will be: a pick me is a straight woman with loud opinions that pander to straight men in an ooh pick me. So the visual would be: have you ever been in class and there's a teacher and you have the answer and you're like, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, I have the answer, teacher, me. Now imagine that, but for men. This is not necessarily defined to straight women, but let's start from there. So pick me can usually be a form of internalized misogyny. Now we understand misogyny as hatred for women, and being in a patriarchal society and being raised or conditioned with that mindset, a lot of women have internalized this hate in one way or another, in side-eyeing a woman who chooses to live a sexually liberal life, and slut-shaming her, or eyeing a woman in a miniskirt when you don't wear miniskirts for your personal reasons of decency and moralness. That is none of my business, but me, don't look at me somehow. Or side-eyeing a woman who refuses to bow down to men's expectations of her. So that's your internalized misogyny showing, and we're going to talk about that in detail in another vlog. Key identifiers of pick-me. Let's get into that. Now, if you know me personally, you probably know how much I hate the word female. Identifying, why can't you just call a woman a woman? Female is like a specimen, I think, if that makes sense. I didn't do bio, but there's a female dog, there's a female cat, there's a female. Can't you just call me woman because I'm a female human? If you say female attached to something that is of human nature, it makes sense. But pick-me's usually use the word female when they are disagreeing or looking down on behaviors by other women. So females these days, females always females, guys, you can see how much I hate the word female, the way I'm rolling my eyes continuously. Tired. So when someone starts with that, I'm like, friend. Sex workers. Again, feminism is very inclusive of all types of women, not necessarily good women, not women who are conventional, but all women disregarding of their choices. So pick me is usually side-eye sex workers saying, I can make money like this, I can make money like that. Why do you have to choose that? That is a choice someone has made, most of the times a conscious choice. If someone has made a conscious choice to involve themselves in sex work, then why are you mad about it? Why? How does it affect you? I'm going to mess up the saying. It's a rhetorical saying, which is chili that you're not eating. How does it burn you? More men than women. So there's a band of women that enjoy telling the public, those that care and do not care, about how they make it's easier to befriend men because men don't gossip, men are not competing with you, men blah blah blah, men are this. Guys, if you get to understand that gender, I don't think you'll say those things publicly. And I'm not saying that women are not these things. I'm not saying that there are women who do not gossip or do not compete or do not wish bad for other women. What I'm saying is we've been conditioned again to think that women are not the best friend choices, which is not the honest truth. 99% of my friends are women, and I'm doing good, beloved. But just sharing how you'd rather partner or you'd rather experience friendship with men over women because you think men are better, pick me. It's a pick me mentality. Keep men mentality, guys. The women that are constantly writing about, speaking about how to keep a man. I saw one radio show in Uganda tweeting about how would you keep a man. It's really nothing, because men are grown human beings that make their own conscious choices. But women who are constantly around the male gaze and validated by the male gaze, and that will be the next reason, always siding with men. Guys, if you always find yourself being like, men are the ones constantly agreeing with you, you might want to check that. Another thing I would like to point out is they claim not to agree with feminism, because feminism is too radical, because feminism excludes certain things, because feminism questions men's behavior and doesn't allow the boys will be boys mentality. Friend, you are a pick-me, I would say. Another thing I'd like to bring out is, however much you personally choose to side with men, when feminism is fighting for us to get to a certain level, your discrimination won't be different. When femicide comes, which is the killing of women just based on their gender, when femicide comes, they're not going to say, oh, but this one, she sides with us on here, she thinks we should do this. Friends, patriarchy principles, you're rooted in a patriarchal thinking, which is brought by men, so of course they will agree with you. But does that mean that's good for you, friend? I don't think so. There's nothing revolutionary about choosing to support the patriarchy, because we live in the patriarchy. We are forced to choose to support the patriarchy. So there's nothing amazing about what you're doing, to be honest. But what you need to do is sit down and reevaluate the choices you're making, because when you choose to sit on the heel of patriarchy princessing, you are holding back the work of other women who want to elevate the position of women, who want to reach a certain middle, want to reach the same level ground. But your constant holding back, your constant refusal to unlearn your patriarchal conditioning and sitting on that pick-me heel, it needs to be constantly changed. But then there's also the understanding that there are people who are pick-me's in ignorance, because we all were. Trust me, there's some things that have trained me that are pick-me nature. But you have to come into the understanding, to be open to learning, and when you learn, change your ways, friend. Anyway, that was it for today for Conversations with Kanya Mozi. We talk patriarchy princesses. Do you know any patriarchy princesses? Are you a patriarchy princess? How do patriarchy princesses exist in your life? Let me know. This is Conversations with Kanya Mozi. Like, share, subscribe, and comment.